one step closer to sentencing what we heard today during final testimony of the Tanner Horner trial.
Also, a music festival at Fair Park is now turning into a city debate after neighbors say the sound traveled miles. And a big transit split across North Texas as some cities keep DART, but one decides to cut ties. We'll talk about when those changes go into effect. Thanks for being with us. We begin with newly released body cam footage from Fort Worth police today. It shows the moment that a routine burglary report turned into a call for help for one civilian worker with the department. Scoop Jefferson walks us through that video, but we want to warn you, it may be difficult to watch.
The edited body cam video released here at police headquarters is intense. It shows the moment community response unit specialist Edward Zapata got hit in the left eye, and then how he helped a woman to safety after coming under fire. Police confirming the suspect used a pellet gun in this case. The body cam video from CRU specialist Zapata shows him falling to the ground after getting struck in the left eye. Shot at on April 28 while taking a burglary report just after 12:30 p.m. on Juliet Lane. You can see Zapata bleeding, still helping a woman over a fence to get to safety. Video then shows officers engaged in what police say is a shootout with 39-year-old Angel Cantu, who they say had already fired at Zapata. Cantu got away, sparking an hours-long search involving K-9 units, several officers, and a helicopter. The body cam video shows officers eventually arresting Cantu around 5:30 p.m. He now faces 3 counts of aggravated battery on a public servant. Police Chief Eddie Garcia reacted to the video during a news conference.
The video that we just saw, what's most disturbing in it for you?
Obviously, seeing Edward getting hit and seeing him fall back, and then seeing him stand up and he grabs some of his property as his eye's bleeding.
More body cam videos shows Fort Worth police rescuing Zapata from inside the Juliet Lane home to take him to the hospital. When Zapata left the hospital on May 1st, cheers from his team members and Fort Worth police officers lined up outside the emergency room. The extent of his injury still unknown, with Zapata scheduled for a second surgery this week. You can see the full body cam video at WFAA.com. At police headquarters, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
The defense has rested its case in the punishment phase trial of Tanner Horner today. The former delivery driver already pleaded guilty to kidnapping and killing 7-year-old Athena Strand in Wise County more than 3 years ago. But the jury will decide what his punishment will be. Adriana de Alba just stepped out of the courtroom to give us an update on what happened today. Adriana?
Hey, Jason, well, both sides have rested for today. Today, the jury, they heard final testimony in the Tanner Horner sentencing trial. Both sides now are one step closer to a decision that will be life or death. The defense's final witness, a psychologist, he pointed to a troubled upbringing, arguing trauma and neglect shaped Tanner Horner's ability to cope with stress. But prosecutors insisted Horner knew exactly what he was doing when he kidnapped and killed 7-year-old Athena Strand. Well, an emotional turn in court this afternoon as Horner's own cousin took the stand, describing a childhood filled with fear, violence, and abuse. His cousin testified Horner sexually abused him as a child twice, saying Horner showed warning signs years before Athena Strand's murder.
Tanner said he wondered what it would be like to kill somebody, but it triggered in my head when he actually did kill somebody.
Next, closing arguments are expected before jurors decide whether Horner will spend the rest of his life in prison or face the death penalty. That continues tomorrow. For now, we're live in Tarrant County. Adriana de Alba.
All right, Adriana, thank you so much for the update. Now that this case is slowly wrapping up, we're expecting the jury to decide Horner's fate very soon. As soon as that decision comes down, you'll want to tune into WFAA Plus. Our gavel-to-gavel coverage will break down the sentencing from inside the courtroom alongside legal experts. WFAA Plus is free to download straight to your TV. The ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran appears to be at a breaking point now. The U.S. and Iran battling over the Strait of Hormuz right now. Iranian state media claims this video shows them firing warning shots against the U.S. Navy. And today, the United Arab Emirates Defense Ministry says one Iranian drone caused a fire at a major oil facility. The U.S. military says it has also sunk 6 more Iranian small boats and brought down multiple cruise missiles and drones that they believe are targeting them. President Trump insists, though, that negotiations are still happening, though his administration has turned down Iran's latest proposal.
It has some things that are just not going to happen. For example, the U.S. is not going to pay Iran for the damage that was done during the air campaign, nor is the U.S. going to agree to pull out all of its forces from the region.
Shipping companies working to navigate the Strait of Hormuz say that they've received little guidance on the Trump administration's plans. Meantime, that fighting is continuing to cause gasoline prices to increase all across the U.S. In Dallas right now, gas prices averaging about $3.98 a gallon. Now, that is a slight drop from the $3.99 reported yesterday. It's still more than a quarter higher, though, than gasoline prices were here just a week ago. A lot of people out on the roads right now, though, for the evening rush. Let's get over to Stacia Wilson to get an idea of what's happening out there on the roads on this Monday afternoon. Hey, Stacia.
Hey, Jason. So we are starting right around the Lancaster area along 35E northbound. This is just south of the 35E I-20 interchange. You can see traffic definitely a little bit heavier there. Again, especially on the northbound side of the interstate. Looking at your map, we don't have any major accidents to report at this time, so that's some good news. But checking out some other areas where traffic definitely seems to be a little heavier. Looking over in the Denton area, so we're checking out 75 at Mid-Park there. But let's get you this Denton camera because this has been going on for a while. Again, no major reports of accidents in this area, but the northbound side of 35W at FM 2449, you can see traffic still heavy there. That is that backup starts just south of the 35E, 35W split. So if you are getting ready to start your commute, those are a couple of areas to watch out for. We're also keeping a close eye right along the I-35E PGBT intersection where traffic is light. This is right next to the Carrollton-Louisville city line there. But I want to let you know you've got a closure that starts tonight with that direct connector ramp from PGBT to I-35E northbound. And this one lasts a while. It starts tonight and you can expect nightly closures through the 15th. So almost a couple weeks there where we're going to see that in place. Jason?
All right, Stacia, thanks for the reminder on that. This weekend's elections created a big change for DART. Addison and University Park voters sticking with public transit, but Highland Park has decided this is its stop. Janelle Fort shares the reaction pouring in for the city's decisions and what comes next.
At the Addison Transit Center, the rush for the brand new Silver Line runs on a tight clock.
So if you miss it and you're going to work, you have to wait a whole nother hour.
So Saturday, Athena Johnson was watching the DART withdrawal election results almost as closely as the train schedule.
Because I was really nervous that my only transportation to work was being taken from me. And it's already stressful enough that it's about an hour-and-a-half commute, but I'd rather that than have nothing or to take a $70 Uber.
Ultimately, Addison voters chose to stay.
How happy are you about it staying?
I'm really happy. I can get to work, so yes, I'm very happy about it.
So did University Park. But in Highland Park, voters went a different direction.
Currently, we provide one bus route, primarily in the city of Highland Park.
That route is 237. Signs along its stops on Preston Road warn what's coming.
So I think Highland Park is around 1% of our current budget.
DART Board President Randall Bryant says they also provide Highland Park with GoLink service and paratransit. All of it will end May 14th after the town canvasses election results.
And this was always our fear in this process, which is those that need the services the most, how can their voices be heard, specifically in cities where they're not voters or residents of?
Riders had that worry too.
It takes away people that are disabled, people that have low incomes, ability to get around the city, our city that we love. It's not fair.
DART's interim CEO says after months of fighting over funding and fairness, the agency has to accept the results and move on.
Really thinking about what we can do together and not spending so much time debating what's wrong.
And DART leaders are looking ahead to the next legislative session where they're hoping the state steps in as a bigger partner in building a funding and governance model more cities can buy into. In Highland Park, I'm Janelle Fort.
We've reached out to Highland Park. They tell us that they will provide a statement about this tomorrow. For more information on the $6 billion bond passed at Dallas ISD or the Arlington mayor or the big upgrade coming to Fort Worth roads and parks, you can go to WFAA.com/elections. A lot decided over the weekend. All right, still to come, the Supreme Court restores access to mail-in abortion pills across the nation, at least for now, the argument that they're weighing in the meantime.
Sound from a music festival here at Fair Park back in April carried as much as 5 miles away to the north. Today, what the City Council said they're doing to keep it from happening again.
Also, we're seeing new video of a near disaster in New Jersey after a United flight struck a truck on the road. Pete?
Jason, I had a little rain in my forecast this week, and I have some for the weekend. I'll have the 14-day outlook coming up.